The Western Ghats is one of the world's most important biodiversity hotspots and a lifeline for millions of people in southern India. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is the source of major rivers, home to extraordinary biodiversity, and a lifeline for millions of people who depend on its forest, wetlands, and climate stability. Yet the Western Ghats are under increasing pressure from deforestation and encroachment to unregulated tourism, infrastructure expansion, and the growing impacts of climate change. In Karnataka alone, several districts in the Ghats are witnessing rapid ecological stress alongside competing demands for development. In response to these challenges, the Karnataka government has set up the Western Ghats Conservation Task Force to bring a focused, coordinated, and people-centric approach to conservation. The task force works across districts, communities, and institutions to address long-standing environmental concerns while balancing livelihoods and development needs. Today, we speak with Mohammed Tabrez Alam Shariff, Minister of State and Chairman of the Karnataka State Western Ghats Conservation Task Force Committee, to examine how effective these efforts have been so far, the obstacles ahead, and what real conservation means for people living in and around the Western Ghats. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time today to talk to us about the task force. And first, just tell us, what is this task force about, and about the Western Ghats, and what are the current projects you're working on?
See, this Western Ghats Task Force Committee was formed in 2008 by the then Honorable Chief Minister. He promised the members of the Legislative Assembly that this is a treasure and he will save this. And for that purpose, this committee was made. So basically, this committee was made for the purpose of conservation and to see that all the other departments of the government, whether you can say development, tourism, mines and geology, the forest department, all these departments can be coordinated under one umbrella. So that is the purpose of this.
And what are the current projects that you're working on?
Projects in a sense, see, basically when I came to the chair of this committee, I had things put up in three areas. One is awareness, one is development programs, and the third is policy making. So we are right now having about 17 programs lined up. It's quite many, but definitely awareness is very important because basically it's like you take sports field or you take any other field, they want youngsters, right? The future generation is what is responsible for the conservation, for protecting whatever we have. So Western Ghats is so important, you know. You know, it's older than the Himalayas. And it's actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay, it was declared in 2012. It's got plants, flowers, you know, all types of animals, which are endemic, you know, which you will not find anywhere else in the world. So if you're not going to save that, then how are you going to progress? You've got all the water coming from the Western Ghats to Bangalore, and you've got, it's a tourist place, it's giving you water, it's got all these other things, so you need to protect it.
Also, since Western Ghats is so important and it's also very rich in terms of natural resources, but at the same time we have a lot of development projects going on over there, and especially as the cities are being developed, infrastructure projects, road projects are constantly happening even in those areas. So how is this biodiversity awareness programs and everything aligning well with the development projects that are happening in the Western Ghats?
See, basically, as I said just a little time before, that we are having, we have, you know, segregated into three areas. So let me say a little bit more detail about these three areas. One is awareness. Awareness is to bring awareness to everybody, the general public. In that, saying the students, that's the future generation. So we are trying to have school and college fest for them. And then apart from that, we are also looking at having a program where we want to get all the 6 states. The Western Ghats is spread across 6 states. So we want to get all the 6 states, people who are responsible for the Western Ghats, who are the forest department, other departments, one place, and see how we can have a joint mechanism where we can protect this for the future. And apart from this, we are also having a postcard launch. It's a set of 12 postcards which will be launching. So it's already done, it's ready. So with that, we just want to bring a recall value.
Okay.
And apart from that, also in terms of the awareness, we are trying to reach out to the respective government departments, where we want to have this put up, this message put up across through the theaters, in the movies, in the and apart from that, also during the other festivals.
Yeah, the state festivals.
All the wherever we can. So this has to be repeatedly done.
Yeah.
If it is just done once, people will going to hear it and forget it.
Yeah.
So this not only brings the Western Ghats into perspective, it brings the larger area about nature, environment, climate change, which is so important, So it's quite important. We are working on that. Then we are looking at the development programs. What you're saying, we have proposed for a Western Ghats museum and a research center. So why? And we proposed that somewhere in the urban areas. Why so? Because going to the Western Ghats, you'll see the real Western Ghats. So before going there, we want people to come here, or probably we can have the schools coming at regular intervals, so they can come and all that. In the urban areas, people are well educated about these areas.
Climate change, and the conversation is more.
And Western Ghats. So when people go there, they know the value of it. When you know the value of a thing, then you are going to treat it differently.
Yeah, it's like when we would know more about the flora, fauna, the culture of Western Ghats, the nature of Western Ghats. So when we go there, probably as tourist or just as a visitor, we might not lose our basic civic sense in that place, and also have more knowledge about what exactly we are doing there as citizens of the country.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, and also we want to have a bus which is called Western Ghats on Wheels.
Okay.
So apart from one fixed, museum and research center, so this museum on wheels, Western Ghats on Wheels, can go across other places, other towns, and they can impart the knowledge about the benefits of Western Ghats, the valuableness about it, and that's very important. And the third part is we have the policy. See, we have got policy about conservation, about the forest act, and so many other things. I think this is quite old. We need changes in certain areas. So we want to see how we can come up with a report. We can identify, we can make a report and submit to the government, the state government, and as well as the union government, and request them to make these changes at the legislative level. So these are the three areas we are really looking forward to working in the future.
So it's going to be a very long-term project where awareness is a constant thing that will be happening, while apart from that, the policies are in the making phase, where in the longer term it would be that the government, all the departments of the government get involved, and it is as per the changes required at different times. Is that right?
Yeah. See, this is something. It doesn't matter which party is at the helm, or which leader is at the helm. It doesn't matter. All of them, as I'm seeing, this is an issue. It cuts across party lines, and everybody is interested to save and do better for the environment. Especially the present Chief Minister, he is very, very interested in seeing that the forest cover is not further lost. In fact, it is increased if it's possible, and to see how we can work in all these conservation areas with this human-wildlife conflict, whether it is protecting the nature, the climate change, is very interested. Even our Forest Minister, honestly, to be honest speaking, he is so well informed about everything. Mr. Honorable Forest Minister Maheshwar Khandre ji, he is very, very well informed and very, very dynamic. I've seen him working on all holidays, so it's actually very nice to work with him also, and he's very supportive, honestly. So he's told me to go and do your work, and he's told that you have my full support.
So the government support is not a barrier, at least for this task force?
It has not been, honestly. Yes.
Also, Karnataka's Kodagu district sees 1.3 million visitors annually, which is also far beyond its ecological capacity. Yeah. So and the task force, the report suggests that e-passes for tourists and restoring 500 acres of forest to manage the overload. So how soon and how effectively will all these projects materialize to be implemented?
See, right now we also had submitted some time back, we had submitted the carrying capacity of Western Ghats on the request of the Forest Minister, and he has actually taken initiatives in many areas in that. For example, he has also tried to regulate the safaris and also seen that there is no licenses given out further for the resorts and other things. So he's done that. There's a lot more to do, but I think so it takes time, but definitely there has been progress.
Okay. And also at the same time, the recent landslides, heavy rainfall also becomes a problem, especially in these regions of Karnataka.
Yeah.
So how is the task force addressing these climate changes that's impacting the land over there and also the people, especially in the Ghats?
See, you're talking again the road, its infrastructure.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just road; it's about any other development works,
Yes.
which might go and might have to work through the forest, or might have to remove some of the forest or all these kind of things. Especially to say the number one thing, that is roads. So the major problem is for now and for future is the vertical cutting. This is something I addressed with some of the district administrations in the districts, the 10 districts what we have for Western Ghats. So a few of them I spoke to. They have some kind of a conflict with the national highways, where in some places they have stood up and said this is not right. The district administration, the DC has said this is not right. But those things we are also trying to address. Where in some of the places like Devarmane Ghat, which I've said before also. When I visited there, Devarmane Ghat, they have made vertical cuttings for about 200 feet. If you're going to cut a place which is mud, 200 feet, and then it's going to rain, this is not going to stand.
Yeah.
It has to be cut into, scientifically it has to be cut into step formation, and so that all this load is not created, and water also drains, and there is no sudden landslide issues.
Yeah.
And that is one part. The second part is in terms of the development. See, people live in these areas.
Yes.
People, you cannot take away development.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you have to do is rather see what are the other ways where you can balance this, where you can see that the development happens without
Indigenous people.
without actually destroying the environment, the ecology, and how you can balance it. And in some cases, yes, you might have to not do the project.
Yeah.
That will be there. And if such a issue really comes up, we will write to the government and we'll say this is not to be done.
Also, how are the indigenous people, the local people over there being a part of the decision making of all the aspects regarding the projects happening or the planning of the task force?
See, the local people they actually value the environment and nature over there.
Yeah.
It is we who go over there and put the plastics and all this. And also they are the one who are protecting it.
Yeah.
Okay, if they had been the enemies of their own place, we would have lost Western Ghats long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we definitely need to have more connection with the local people, work more closely, especially the VFCs, what we call the village forest committees. These are usually local people who are in these committees. I think we need to work more closely. Recently, I have also had spoken to the Additional Chief Secretary for Forest, and he has told to work more closely in future, and we are actually planning this for the coming months.
Okay. So they will also be a part of the process of the whole change that the task force is planning to undertake?
Yes, 100%. Because see, the forest, this conservation task force committee, with the objectives and powers mentioned in during the formation of it, it was given vast powers. At the same time, it was given in the perspective to do the conservation and work with other departments. So that is well in place. So now what is required is to have action plan, which we also have submitted, and we are going to work on that action plan. So again, it is awareness, the programs within it.
Yeah.
We have the development programs like what I said is about the museum and other things. And thirdly, at the policy level, at the legal law level, So at these are the three things we're really trying to concentrate with the time available on our hand, because we have a tenure. Usually once a task force is formed, it is constituted for 5 years usually. Okay, definitely if any government changes there, that's another issue, but usually for 5 years. So we are trying to see whatever time we have ahead of us, try to achieve something within that.
So have concrete steps that you can do in this tenure.
Yes, 100%. We have.
Also, is there anything planned for the human-wildlife conflict that's constantly increasing in the recent times?
See, basically, what the real data, the real data, what it says is, for example, a place like Nagarole, okay, we have the tigers. When you say human-wildlife conflict, they're coming out of their zone. Even elephants do come, but that's another reason. For example, man-eaters, like tigers who might become man-eaters. So, so they have a territory which has surpassed their requirements. So, about 20-25 years ago, we had single to double digit of tigers. Now we have triple digit in terms of the tigers. So even if, and these are territorial animals, and if one tiger is going to have that much territory, so how much? It's more than about 100 tigers now, 150 tigers now, or even 200 tigers. So how are you going to have more area?
Space
you cannot create more area. So I think again this needs special understanding how we are going to come around it. The Karnataka State Wildlife Board is definitely taking steps for that. We are going to also talk with them. But I think it's basically you cannot have X amount of land, have more amount of animals. So that has to be addressed in a way. We cannot just say it is a issue and we cannot leave it alone. I think we have to work on that, and I think so. We are working on it, and we'll come around it. Yes.
Also, how are the campaigns like the Western Ghats anthem and the postcard that you mentioned, how are they translating to real conservation action? Is that happening now? Do you see the local people talking about it, or it's yet to happen?
See, what I believe is how much can one person do and how much can many people do together. So if you can get the backing of the larger society with you, okay, as you can see, the Gen Zs today are so aware about climate change. There's you heard about Greta Thunberg. So she has been a role model for these people. We have got people talking about not able to breathe in places like Delhi. So people are aware that we are going to eventually reach such a condition anywhere. It might be even in Bangalore. We can reach such
climate change crisis.
Yes.
In real.
So what I'm trying to say is, instead of having few people working, try to get enough people on it, and that can happen with doing awareness programs, like even specifically not just postcard, even what you're saying, Western Ghats anthem. We want to have one in Kannada, one in multilingual, because 6 states we want to send a message across, and one we want to also have a Gen Z version later on. Okay, because everything today is like we need to have something for
the young
Gen
people,
Z. So we can rope in people, and we can have this consensus built. So we want everybody to be talking about this.
Okay.
Once it is, see, today is so important. You see, it's a very important thing I want to mention. I don't know if it's going to relate to this how much. Before, you could have a very good product being done, and people go search for that product because people had time. Today, people don't have time to go and search. So everything is built on marketing. So today you can have mediocre product, and if you're doing great marketing, you will do very well. Okay. Same way, it is about conservation and awareness. So you're going to reach out to the people, and you have so many people thinking about this, talking about this. It will make a difference. For I always say, today you ask a child, you throw a wrapper in front of a child, he'll say, "Papa, Mama, don't throw." It's being taught at the school. It's become aware. That's the awareness level we have come up to. Same way with nature, and specifically again Western Ghats. 10 districts in Karnataka. We have got the core of Western Ghats in these 10 districts, and we really need to protect it. If you don't protect this, the beautiful weather you enjoy in Bangalore, okay, you're going to lose this, okay, and you're going to the wonderful water, clear water you get to drink over here. See, really we are not able to value the things we are getting just because we are getting it for free. The day we are going to lose it, right, then we're going to start valuing it. So we don't want to reach that stage. So we want to build a consensus through the Western Ghats anthem, through the theatre, messages through the theatres, through the radios, through postcards, anything we can to get more people to be talking about this and to work on this.
So conversations are going to be the real change makers.
Definitely.
That's the idea.
See, you might have me in this tenure for X amount of time, but the impact and the legacy you can leave behind is what people is going to talk for years to come, and that's going to keep things abuzz.
Right. Also, in this whole journey, what has been the biggest obstacle for you in this short time that you've been serving now? Is it the bureaucracy, the politics, or just lack of public cooperation also?
Honestly, see, I think it's very easy to kind of criticize the bureaucracy or how things pan out in terms of their, how fast they can pace out.
Yeah.
But I think it's more about your character as a person and how resilient you are in achieving your things. So I think it's more about being resilient and working towards it. Okay? Because if you want to complain about things, it's going to be difficult. And you go into the corporate sector, you go to Americas, you go to India, you go to any other place, you will find challenges in different ways.
Yeah.
Okay, you will be challenged differently. So I think it's about you and how you can achieve and work towards it.
So you've taken all the obstacles as challenges, you're viewing them as challenges.
You have to. As I'm saying, it can be anywhere in the world, you will find different kind of obstacles. So it's about you, how resilient you are. You can see Rahul Gandhi ji now. You see how he's being criticized for everything. But he's working as if he's just clear on his purpose. He's got a purpose, he's clear about what he wants to do, his heart is clean, he wants nothing. Okay, people want something in return when they work. He's working with the intention of nothing in return. So when you're doing something like, I have the same principle actually. So if you want to work without expecting anything back, then you don't have to worry.
That's a great thought to have. And also finally, before we
end, by the way, Rahul Gandhi ji was also the MP from Wayanad, and then later Miss Priyanka Gandhi ji is there. So I think it's wonderful. So they are definitely connected with nature from there. So I think we should work, and he's actually the role model for today and for future. He's the next Mahatma Gandhi. Honestly, he is.
Yeah. Also, finally, before we end, what can an ordinary citizen like you and me we can do to genuinely help save and preserve the Western Ghats?
I think number one thing is cleanliness.
Okay.
See, nature is so beautiful and so purposeful in itself. If you just leave it alone, it can revive.
Yeah.
So first of all, don't poison it. Plastic is poison anyways, right?
Yeah.
So plastic and any other garbage. First thing, our idea is to ban plastic in these places, and also the second part is the carrying capacity. We want to limit this, and that cannot be done directly. It can be done indirectly. So we are again say policy level,
Yeah.
So it can happen at the policy level, and we want to work with the district administration for this.
So message is that whenever, whichever place we are in, to keep it clean, to have the basic civic sense would be the best thing that we can genuinely do at this point to save the nature if we are not taking major actions as individual citizens at the individual level.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time, for explaining us in depth about your work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akshita. I hope I have done enough in terms of speaking about this for now. Definitely again in future we can connect back as we're doing our programs, and you can see these things happen.
Sure, we'll see the conversations taking real action as well then. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.